It's time to wail with festive music, and I know I made a flowchart a couple poll series ago, and I was like, well, down at the bottom, maybe Rappa, and then I actually did pretty well in the polls. I lost the 50-50. I was going for S1 Topaz or C1 or E1 or whatever the fuck. So I'm sitting on a charged 50-50, and I had thought I was going to deploy that for Aventurine, but I'm not. I'm getting Rappa. She's here.
She's right there.
Right there.
I see her.
Yep.
She's vibing.
She's grooving.
It's just a spectral version of her now, although the scarf is still actual fire. It's unclear.
Unclear.
Don't worry about that. The event is interesting. It suffers from the same issue that the last one did, with the whole tournament and, you know, a certain character's time to shine finally and all that jazz. But especially the part with, like, Luca, where it seems like a different translation team handled it, because there are still some kind of, like, weird grammatical errors, and at one point they spelled the word button with 2 O's and 1 T. Platoon. So it is interesting to me that the main story seems to get a little more care than the side events. It also certainly makes sense, but that's 2 times in a row now, so it's no longer a fluke, it's a trend. But yeah, so here's our situation. We won't linger too long on this one because we're also going to have a video for Zenless coming out here, but in this particular poll video, I have 341 polls again. I did the event, so I stacked up some there. This is guaranteed. Yep. I believe I have 9 pity. I am pushing the pity button so I can check, but I think it was 9 because I hit early on Japard, who hates me. Yep. So 8 pity.
Now.
Go back. Come on. Thank you. 8 pity after Japard. Hit him on 2. So we have 8, and this is, again, the back end of a 50-50. So at worst, I'm going to be coming out of this with 259 pulls. Probably more than that, which is still more than enough to guarantee an Aventurine. So no issues there. And then, you know, what happens with him could dictate the future. I'm sure there are people out there wondering, I already talked about this with Jason, so it's not new to him, but why Rappa if Acheron's rerunning? And the answer is because I like Rappa more. And even if Acheron's technically better, and that's arguable, it doesn't matter. This is the character I would like because I love her design. It's like my aesthetic. Said that when the first drip marketing came out. So I'm just doing it. Sometimes you got to do what you like and not what's going to be optimal. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You got a team. You can play the game. Now, what do you want?
Yeah, we're gonna have a very similar discussion when we get to why I am gonna go pretty hard on Chaska and not save up for Malvika, who will probably be the next patch, because I'm probably making a similarly ridiculous choice. But she rides a gun, so like whatever. I don't really care. Oh, no, Pyro Archon. Are you flying around on a gun? No, you're not.
No.
So whatever. I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah.
Disqualified. Yeah.
Haven't had a chance to build a ton for her. I do have a decent relic set because one of the things she needs came off of another thing I was farming at one point. So I'm actually not like horribly unprepared. I've got all of her Ascension materials, but her traces are going to probably need a little bit of work because I didn't really make this decision until a few days ago. But as we're nearing the end here, we have, well, 2 days left as of the time of recording. I had finally decided between the stuff with the story, which I thought was kind of fun. It's certainly a different explanation for why she's the way she is than I would have expected, but like the event, like her voice acting. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to pull. We're going to hit her. We're going to hope it hits as early as possible, obviously, just because that's, I mean, that makes sense. But
and my understanding is she is better than most people thought she would be. So that's
right.
Like, that's good.
She kind of has
a super break.
She has like a tragic reason for being obnoxious.
That is interesting. I have not done the event yet. I've been focusing on Genshin and other stuff, so I'm excited to get to it at some point here soon.
Yeah, it was worth the time. It gets a little bogged down sometimes, but that happens in almost all 3 of these games events with the really long ones they do, so. So that was 18. We're going for 28.
Hoping for pre-70 here.
Yeah, not greedy. Would like something like 70 to 75-ish. I think that's my goal. Obviously, sooner's better, but...
Who?
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Oh my god, I forget he exists in this game.
I know.
So that's the real ninja right there. I'll tell you what.
Never see him coming, that's for damn sure.
Yep. But Lynx! That's good stuff. Lynx is good. I like Lynx. She was my healer for a while and like was good at it. Like, and then I had Fushwin, and now I've got Link Shot. It's very good. But yeah, it worked. It was good. No complaints.
Well, if I ever cared about like Japard or something, this would be wonderful.
Yeah, is that even?
No.
Is that the best? Or is this like an adventuring?
You can argue it could be
Right,
adventuring, yeah.
This has got to be an adventuring, right? Because it gives damage based on shields that they have.
Yeah, this is probably not bad for him. I don't have a ton of preservation cones, so this is not a bad outcome. I actually wouldn't mind a different one with, well, only one of these two siblings, but that's probably not something I'm going to pull from here. I'd have to pull in the weapon banner for that, and while the light cone for Rappa is very good for her, clearly better than her E1, I don't believe I'm going to be pulling on it, especially now that I've already wasted 50 pulls.
Yeah.
If I had hit really early, just been very lucky, which I wasn't expecting, I would have thought about maybe throwing some pulls at it.
Yeah, and there may even be, when we get to Chaska here in like a week or two, I might even be putting some pulls into a weapon banner, just because I care too much about drip sometimes in Genshin, that I got to be able to look at this character all the time. But the new 4-star weapon they put on the banner, I think fits her very well. So I only need as many as I can get to get the new weapon, but it's not a good choice. But we'll see. Maybe I win the 50-50 and I'm just like, whatever. Oh, hey,
Yep.
here you go.
It should be here.
70?
This is to 78, so we were expecting it.
Okay. Man, you say that, but my ZZZ standard banner pulls would disagree.
Well,
I keep upgrading characters just to get like a slow drip of them, and then it doesn't work. I like that light cone. It's
Yeah, me
super
too.
silly. Yeah.
a lot of the light cone art's really good.
It's even late in the 70s, huh?
It is, but that's all right. We do the risk. Oh, hey, whoa.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look. Who would have guessed?
Oh my god, and a second one. Oh.
Oh, that'd be nice.
It's the one thing that ZZZ like hides from you is that like, or doesn't hide from you, is it tells you how many S ranks or A ranks you got when you go to pull.
Yeah.
So you don't get that like, oh my god, hey.
The double jump. Yeah, you get excited up front because you have 2 S's in there. Oh shit.
Yeah, you're like, oh my god.
So I mean, we're about
There you go.
about where we thought. 271. I'll probably have a few more by then. Well, I mean, I guess technically the banner starts in 3 days, so we're gonna have another pull video pretty soon. I'll probably wait. I'll do this one when he does his Genshin. But anyways, we have plenty for adventuring. That's the good news. We're not gonna be pulling for this, even though it helps advance her turn. So.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
That
so,
is
like I'll put her through the paces in the next day or
break
two and see. I
effect,
can always change
entering
pace, but
battle.
like lots of break effect and energy when starting battle, so she immediately basically just jumps right into ult, and then when doing so, she gets to move her action forward.
Oh man, that looks really good. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
From what I know of her, her ult just enhances her basic attacks, correct?
Correct, and we'll put her through the paces here real quick to show her off.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why it's with Topaz you could argue for E1 or S1 or like Light Cone and this or that. It's very clearly that for her. I mean, her E1's
Yeah.
fine. It does like 15% damage pen reduce or something. Like it's not bad or anything, obviously, but it's clearly her Light Cone. So,
I mean,
Rappa.
you have enough to make an attempt, but yeah,
I could.
You wouldn't be able to guarantee it.
Well, the question is going to become, and I mean, I can talk through it while we'll talk about what she does, and I'll talk about it after, I guess. So she has a surf bird.
Yes, true.
Mhm.
She zoom. She Mulani's around.
Yeah, so she can just kind of run people over and stuff, and that's all well and good. And eventually she's going to run into this poor fucker, and then... This actually does pretty good damage off the technique, which not a ton of things do big damage on technique. She does pretty well. But you get the idea here. Basic attack, no one cares. Almost nobody ever does. Her skill, also kind of no one really cares. It's fine. Obviously, if you can hit multiple targets with it, you can build her ult quicker. But it doesn't really do anything or really connect with anything besides just hitting. But what we care about is the ultimate with Seal Form State. And as mentioned, yeah, she kind of converts into this first-person shooter mode, and we'll see that in a moment. And then all of a sudden she hits like a truck. And she also, because of her talent and stuff, and some of her other things that she has going on, gets to ignore certain defenses sometimes, and gets to do better weakness breaking, and sometimes gets to weakness break even if she doesn't have the right type, which is part of her talent. So lots of different things she can do here. Primarily, I need an AoE hitter. I need to be able to clear waves of content. I need some help in Pure Fiction because my DOT team is not cutting it.
Take your positions.
Yeah, after watching a couple of videos for her, even I was like, man, Rappa seems kind of solid. It might be worth it, but I'm so broke that like I kind of can't really just be pulling on another break character that's just sort of hopefully helping.
So we saw the single.
The mood is set just
We'll
for
dance.
So begin.
As we do.
And then we'll hat.
Dreams do come true.
And then we'll go ahead and get into this because why not?
Cosmic ninjutsu is ever changing.
So this is a cool pose.
Got the red Oni vibe. Yep.
Dazzling obliteration.
And now we're in first person. So this is a blast, which we get to target basically. Yeah, cool. Neat. Now she gets to take this turn immediately. She ends this with the third attack of this as an AoE. If you can time this such that it is her turn and then you ult, she basically gets back-to-back turns. So you get to fire off 2 of these pretty quickly. So we get to do 3 hits, 2 blasts and an AoE. And the next time she has a turn, she'll get to do it again. And she's fast in the trial, so here she is again. But we have some super break damage in there now. And then he gets an ult, which makes them more vulnerable. Super break, and it's a whole thing, you know?
Yep. Good old Gallagher.
The socket. All of a sudden the damage is going a little bit bigger, and then this last hit, oh.
Should just destroy, yep.
Oh.
Very nice.
See, I figured I would just wait to do the trial. Since you can use her in the story, I was like, I'll just save this for because now I get the 20. Woohoo!
Woo!
Man.
So where this gets interesting is going to be like, if I do decide to go for this, I will probably record it still. I don't know. I don't know that light cones are super exciting, but people just like to see how pulls go and if it's lucky.
I mean, I feel like you do it. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but like, I don't know. Here's the question: what's the likelihood that they run Rappa anytime soon again?
Yeah, it could be a while.
Or is she gonna be one that's gonna be held off for a while? Whereas Adventuring, I have to imagine they know he's meta, people love him. Like, I feel like you get a third Adventuring rerun, even potentially before you get a second Rappa rerun, which means you're incentivized to try to pull this now while it exists.
And
But that's tough.
I could like, if I lose the 75-25, I could go for Aventurines.
Yes, you could. What are the extra light cones on this one? Are they worth it even if you brick it?
I do want one of them. That's why I'm considering doing it. So if I... Why do they look different here? So this would probably be the best light cone I would have. But
yeah, that's a great second one if you don't get hers, yeah.
So if I lose the 75-25, and I at least end up with one of these, then Rappa has a good one. I don't really have a great light cone for her at the moment. So obviously this is pretty good. I think it's like second or third in the slot. So this is the one I was talking about when the other one popped up. So like that would be an okay backup option. The only thing that gives me pause is, I mean, look, I've had pretty good luck in this game, but if I lose the 75-25 and then lose the 50-50 on Aventurine, I mean, I'll have a use for the lost 75-25 eventually, but it won't be Aventurine then.
Well, but your Aventurine he'd be coming in 180. And at that, if you only need what, 70 or 80 to pull the weapon here, so I think you'll still have like 200 by the time you're done pulling the weapon here. You'd still have a guaranteed Aventurine.
Well, the Aventurine is guaranteed. I'm saying the lost weapon pull here, I'd probably have to wait until whoever reruns out of, I don't know, Kafka
or whomever.
I already have Topaz's.
But all you need is a slightly early pull on any of your Adventuring pulls, or even a really early lost 50-50 here, and you're in great shape.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. I feel like it might be worth it, but it's always tough on weapon banners. But given that your, like, first and, like, second or third best light cone are on this banner, I mean, this isn't Genshin, you know what I mean?
I know. The only other thing that's giving me pause is Sunday. Sunday is basically just better Sparkle. There's differences.
Yeah.
There are still some ways where Sparkle is better, but in general, he's sort of his power crepter. That word gets tossed around too much, but if I go here, I'm almost certainly not getting Sunday. I mean, I guess I could win the Adventuring flip. If I win this flip and win the Adventuring flip, all things are possible, but like, yeah, I don't know. But I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you like her. Push to get her where you want her. You know, I get that. I mean, is Bernice going to be top tier meta for the longest time? She's probably instantly going to be power crept by Miyabi.
Well,
but like I'm going to be. Oh, look at that. That's good. That's
Nice.
good. You're already at 2.
So is this a sign from Sunday?
Oh, maybe.
It is a Sunday as we record this.
Oh, that's true.
You're not a weapon.
Okay.
Well, you kind of are.
I'm not a. I mean,
All right, so we started at 271. Got it.
I believe. Beautiful. I mean, at this point, you can lose this 50-50, and you're already coming out pretty good shape here.
But I will be sad.
Oh, okay. Hey, this is early.
It's time.
All right, well, this helps. No matter which outcome.
Yeah. Okay, what do we got? We're hoping for the little erudition. I actually don't even know if it... Oh, it does! There it is! Look at that.
Oh, nice.
And early. That's good. That's good right there.
Well, I don't need the 3 Sunday ones then. No, I'm just kidding. Not the 4 Sunday ones.
Oh.
And this.
Hey!
This is new.
Wow. Yeah, I say that's I'm pretty sure the bad guy of this event I haven't done yet.
Yeah, you'll see him soon.
Yeah. Everyone keeps posting about him on the Reddit.
The attention
They're
to
all
detail
hot
on
for
him
it.
makes kind of weird, if only because it's like, so is he going to be a character? Like, we don't often get this detailed of an NPC without some payoff on it.
Mm.
Okay, well,
This is good. This is good. I also wonder if you could use that Sunday light cone on like a Herta and throw her into a team with Rappa to just devastate with Harmony Trailblazer.
well, I did.
You know what I mean?
I did build out Herta, so I could use her and put some potential like Himiko Herta combination deals here. So there is some possibility. She has her own, which matches what she's doing, but it's still not really that great.
That's true.
So I'll have to look at it. It's a possibility since it's going to be like 3 stacks into it, this new one.
Yeah, it's just I'm thinking like if you have another erudition that you can just drop into the party, you'll end up with a sizable amount of or at least break effect on them, which would then get converted into super break, which is good. That's what you're looking for.
Yeah. And I mean, ultimately, I don't have like Ruan Mei, so
I mean, yeah,
missing a component of what would make this really pop off, but it's still going to be strong enough with that and Harmony Trailblazer and some filler. You know, Bronya will make some sense to really push her through her ultimate turns. Like I've got some options for sure, though I'm not like I can make a team, but we'll see. I need Adventuring to give me my second healer that's really good, and then Luoka could free up some SP for this team. Like we'll have plenty of options.
True.
Won't spend a ton of time on this because we'll just head to the next video, but I do have a piece of stuff that's built pretty well. I do want to equip these just so I can see where her stats are at.
Some Iron Cavalry against the Scourge. I have so many of these pieces after my Firefly. Yeah.
Now I do have.
Which you grinded this for Fei Xiao though, right? For the other artifact set in it.
I believe that's where this came from. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I have so many Fei Xiao artifacts I will never use, so they're just sitting in my inventory.
This is one I got to sit here and look at, and I'll spend time afterwards. But I have speed boots because she really needs to get to 145 for her relics for her second or 2x piece. But like, this went really well.
Yeah, that's a lot of speed and some break effect.
Yeah.
So it really depends on what your substats look like on your other ones to see if you can hit your speed marker.
Okay, hit break effect for the 4th slot and then hit triple speed. There's a flat defense in there, but like 9 speed. This is 25. I think I'm going to have it, at least for now. I'm going to put this one on because I think I need it, but...
You're probably right, but yeah, that's...
Yeah, well, I'll have to figure that out when I get back to her, but one thing at a time. So if we do that, She's also going to get a little bit from here, so this isn't a finished product, but like if we go
Oh,
back,
does she have plus speed?
she has some
Is
break
that a thing?
effect in there, which I need for another.
She's at 134. She's at 134 speed.
That's
So,
with speed
the
boots,
question-
so I guess I have to do some work still.
what do her traces add?
Dazzling.
She's at 204 break effect though. That's fine. I should imagine. I don't know what her break effect.
Yeah, so I should do ninja things. I had to wait. Let's
fine.
see. So there's a speed over here.
I see
2,
Yeah, 2,
probably 2 again. 3,
3, so 5, and then 1
4.
needs to
So
be bigger.
9.
4.
So we're just short.
You're
off.
man.
That sucks. Well, it does mean it tells me I have to have the speed boost for now until I figure out some other spots, but that sucks because I rolled speed on a couple of these and I'd have to reassess, like, because there's 2 here, 6 here,
Was it 140 or 145?
145. Because
Oh,
this
it's
effect
145,
here,
I see it.
she gets another
Yeah,
20% break effect when at 145
Yeah,
speed.
and you also don't have Ron May who also increases speed.
Right,
if
that
I
would be
recall
the
correctly.
equivalent of 10. So I'm going to have to find one more piece with a speed drop on it, which, I mean, it's not the end of the world. This piece had attack and break effect, so it was pretty nice. That has triple.
I assure you, my Firefly, that is the biggest thing was trying to find things that had both speed and break effect, so I could get the exact amount of speed I needed on my Firefly while still doing the most damage possible. It took me the longest time. So,
Just out of curiosity, roll with me. Join me on a journey.
okay, where are we
I'm
at?
here. I'm here.
That's not speed.
That's not speed.
That's not speed.
That is not speed. So we're probably not in good shape.
That's not speed.
Nope.
It just needs to be 1 speed. Nope.
It's not. Yeah.
1 speed would be 2 more, which would be 145, but let's put that one back.
That's when
on.
I usually take. Yeah, that's when I usually take the one that's garbage, and I would just take it and throw it in another one that had speed. Oh wait, what was that? You had one. Hold on.
Well, that's
Oh,
crit
what was it?
damage, which doesn't help her HP, which we don't want. That's the only ones I have a speed, unless I roll it on one of these here with 3. So I'll have to mess with it later.
Yeah.
That's why I was going to give this one a shot, because even at 4 speed, I think this would be worthwhile. Because, like, okay, I lose 11 break percent, but then I gain 20. So, great.
Yep.
But, all right, well, I'll have to mess with that on the side. I think I haven't... Oh, I did finish leveling that. So, like, I got to finish looking at her stats and whatnot, because, like, obviously, I need her to get to, like, 3,200 attack, and she's level 1, so that's not going to happen. But, anyways, I will mess with that on the side, because it's not as fun. We did do the show off, and now we have to go do some Zenless pulls. We will be back with another Star Rail pull pretty soon. I think Nick may also pull for Aventurine. He sounds like he's going to.
I believe so. Yeah.
And I obviously will become hell or high water. I'm gonna get him, so we'll hope to win the 50-50. But that's gonna happen. So probably next weekend, more Star Rail pulls, and join us for I guess probably tomorrow when this airs for a Zenless one, and we'll talk about future pulls in that one.